Hello everyone, this is the Week 10 battle for NPBA Season 2, and this week I am facing the Dutch Duosion. This is the #1 team this season I should say. They've only lost one game, and I mean you can see this team is just brutal. Look at those top 6, they're all amazingly powerful Pokemon. He's got great speed with the Zeraora, the Infernape, the Starmie. He's got great bulk with the Kyurem, the Clefable, the Scizor. He's got power really all around. Even in his low tiers, Appleton is extremely bulky. Rhyperior can threaten a weakness policy set. Alolan Persian can also be a setup sweeper. Garbodor can be kind of a tank. Type Null has a lot of utility. And Thwackey can also be kind of a surprise sweeper, cleanup mon, pivot mon. His team is quite scary. So coming to this battle, the thing I was most scared of was this Zeraora. If you look at my team, let me go scroll over to it. Zeraora can hit everything on my team super effectively, except for like the Volcarona. And I guess the Comfey, which I'm not going to bring. Megalodios, he's got Play Rough. Also Knockoff. Knockoff isn't too scary, but he does have Play Rough. Urshifu, Electric Move. Ferrothorn, Close Combat and Blaze Kick. Toxapex, Electric Move. Volcarona, I don't want to take a Plasma Fist, really. And then Crocodile, Close Combat, Play Rough. And then Aerodactyl too, obviously an Electric Move. So, that Zeraora is so scary to me. Even more, I wouldn't say even more, but almost as much, the Kyurem Black is pretty tough for my team. Megalodios, obviously they're both dragon types, so they can both kill each other. But if he's scarfed or whatever he predicts me, or something happens where he can hit me with the dragon or ice move, I'm not going to enjoy that. Urshifu, he does have freeze dry. Ferrothorn can kinda wall him. I think it gets Focus Blast, which I don't know if he'd run that. Ferrothorn's a good answer to it. Toxapex, he gets Earth Power and Freeze Dry, which he probably will have. Thankfully, it's only specially attacking me with those moves. So, sorry, I was just checking my spreads. These guys can kind of answer it. Volcarona, it's really not going to want to take a dragon move, and Crocodile is, of course, weak to ice. So, that Kyurem Black is quite scary. For the rest of his team, the Clefable, once again, the perfect counter to a Megalodios. It also is a great counter to Urshifu. It's not amazing against Ferrothorn Toxapex, but it does get Flamethrower for Ferrothorn, and Psychic for Toxapex. I don't think he'll run something like Specs Clefable or whatever. Ferrothorn can kind of answer it. Volcarona is good against Clefable if he's Magic Guard instead of Unaware, which he might be. So the nice thing is, if he's Unaware, Volcarona is kind of useless against him. But if he's Magic Guard, then Ferrothorn Toxapex can kind of chip it down with status moves. The rest of his team, not as scary, but still pretty annoying. The Mega Scizor, actually not that bad. As you can see, it can't really do anything to Ferrothorn, Toxapex, Volcarona. So, and even like Crocodile, like, yeah, I can do stuff to Crocodile, what am I saying? But, yeah, I'm actually not too scared of the Scizor. The Starmie, it has good coverage moves, but, not much to get through a Ferrothorn, really. And it's not that scary for Latias either, just with my bulk, and Ice Beam isn't going to hurt that hard. The rest of his team, the Infernape was the last thing I wanted to talk about. I do think he'll just bring the top 6 Mons. He may bring Appleton as kind of an answer to my Urshifu. I don't really think he'll bring the other ones. If he does, I'm not too scared of these, mainly because Urshifu destroys Rhyperior, destroys Alolan Persian. Garbodor does not like a Latias. Type Null, again, Urshifu, and then Thwackey. I have Ferrothorn, Toxapex, Volcarona. I don't think Thwackey's coming. So yeah, he could bring Appleton just to kind of be a defensive check, but I really think he'll bring these top 6, maybe Appleton. But Infernape also is not the worst. Of course, Megalodios resisted stab, but we're going to be taking U-turns and stuff. Urshifu is a water type, so he can kind of deal with it. So it's not the worst in the world, but Ferrothorn obviously does not want to stay in on Infernape. And Toxapex doesn't really want to take an Earthquake either. It can probably deal with it though. Volcarona is also okay. So the Infernape, I will say, is not too bad. That's why I think he might go Appleton over Infernape. Because Appleton, like I said, it's good against the Urshifu. It's also good against the Crocodile. Sorry, I'm having a hiccup right now. Anyway, this is, I guess that's the overview of his team. So I'm going to go over to my team, and looking at it, I am still not exactly sure if I'm bringing the right stuff. So before I start this, I've been thinking a lot about this Urshifu, and I'm wondering if I want Ice Punch on it. So here's the calc I'm going to run. No, I don't want Ice Punch because of Thick Fat. Alright, case closed. We're good. Let me just look up Appleton. Okay. Let me look up Mega Scizor. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're good. So the reason I was looking that up is because I wanted to see how much Close Combat would deal to Appleton, and then how much Fire Punch would deal to Scizor, and both of them are going to be 2-hit KOs, so I'm not too scared of those mons. I am still, of course, scared of the other, mainly these four. Actually, not the Scizor. Mainly Kyurem Black, Clefable, Zeraora. Sorry, Zeraora are the three scary ones. So I think I've built my team pretty much to beat those three and then kind of deal with the rest of it. So, of course, Urshifu Rapid Strike, I had to Choice Scarf it, otherwise I really don't have a way of beating that Zeraora. I have stuff that can kind of deal with it, and of course I added on the Crocodile at the end. But if I wasn't Choice Scarfed, Zeraora just can pretty much freely beat that Pokemon, that Urshifu. And it also covers a Scarf Kyurem Black, so I have enough speed to outspeed a Kyurem Black with the Choice Scarf. So that's pretty nice. I've got Fire Punch for the Scizor, because Close Combat's actually not a 2-hit KO. Fire Punch is a 2-hit KO, it's not a 1-hit KO, because Scizor's super tanky. I've got Surging Strikes. This used to be Iron Head. Surging Strikes is actually a bit stronger for the Clefable, and it's better on the Mega Scizor switch-in and the Zeraora switch-in. Also covers the Infernape. If I don't have Surging Strikes, I actually can't really deal with Infernape that well with this team. So, yeah, I had to bring that. The downside is, I do predict he will be Rocky Helmet Clefable, which is really scary for this Urshifu. If he is, we're not really going to be able to safely click Surging Strikes, so I'm going to kind of have to play around that until the Clef's gone. Worst case scenario, if I have to hit the Clefable with Surging Strikes, it's not the end of the world, but I'm going to try to avoid it. Of course, Close Combat's going to be a kill on the Kyurem Black. It does not kill the Zeraora, but it does a ton of damage to it, so hopefully it'll be enough. Next up, of course, I've got my Megalodia, so this week I wanted to just go Roost with some attacking moves. So this set, thankfully, can actually cover his whole team pretty much. The only thing it doesn't really love is the Clefable. So what I have is Mystical Fire for the Scizor, because Scizor resists me otherwise with his Steel typing. And of course Mystical Fire is going to be a KO unless he's like specially defensive. I am running a speedy set with max special attack, so let me put that in here. Let me give it 252 on this Mega Scizor just so you can see. Mystical Fire, if he's specially defensive, it won't kill, but if he's just like bulky with attack or something, then it'll be an easy kill. Not an easy kill, it actually just barely kill, but Mystical Fire will do a lot to the Scizor, probably kill it. Psyshock's going to be just great stab to have all around. Hits the Clefable for a pretty good chunk of health. Hard to switch into with Kyurem and like Zeraora, of course. Infernape obviously dies to it. And then I've just got Draco. Draco's necessary to kill Kyurem. If he's, like I said, if he's not Scarf, I really think he will be Scarf, but if he's not Scarf, Draco's going to be great just as a free kill. If he is Scarf, I'm going to have to play around that, so I can't really stay in on the Kyurem. If he sends out Kyurem into Latios, we know he's Scarfed, and I have to go into like Ferrothorn or Toxapex or something. That said, I also have Roost. If he's in with like something like Starmie, if I go in on a Starmie or maybe his Infernape, even possibly his Zeraora, I can click Roost and get a lot of that health back. It'll also help a bit against this Appleton if he brings that. So yeah, I'm running just max special attack, or almost max speed. I have enough speed to outspeed Infernape, and a little bit of HP. So this outspeeds everything on his team except Starmie and Zeraora. Obviously, we don't care about Starmie. Zeraora is quite scary, though. I do live a Play Rough, which is nice. But I don't live it with very much health. It's not like I take 60%. I think I take more like 85% from it. Draco will, of course, do a lot back, though, so that's pretty nice. So now I have the Toxapex. So this is a physically defensive Toxapex. It's meant to answer most of his team. As you can see, he's pretty physically offensive with Kyurem, Scizor, Zeraora. Actually, Zeraora could be mixed. Infernape could also be mixed, but they generally are physically offensive. The reason I think he's going to be physical Zeraora is if he's not, he can't run like Play Rough, Close Combat, Knockoff. He'll have to run like moves that aren't really that good if he's a special attacker, so I think physical Zeraora is a lot better against me, so I decided to go physically defensive Pex. I'll have a better chance of living those strong hits from him. Then I've got Scald, because same thing, like he's got so many physically offensive Pokemon. Scalding a Scizor would be amazing. If we get a burn on Scizor, Kyurem, Zeraora, those would all be great. Recover, of course. Toxic Spikes, because his only poison type is Garbodor, and I don't really think he'll bring Garbodor against me. You can see it doesn't really do much against Latios, Crocodile, Toxapex, Ferrothorn. Like, what is that going to do there? So, if he has it, of course, I won't click Toxic Spikes, but otherwise, it's pretty nice. It forces the Clefable to run Magic Guard, which lets me set up for that Volcarona. So that's pretty nice. And then Haze is because Mega Scizor could try to Swords Dance. Clefable Calm Mind is also potentially a threat. It's mainly for the Mega Scizor. I didn't have a great move here anyway. I could like Baneful Bunker, Protect, Toxic, something like that. I just thought this was the best option here. And then of course I am physically defensive, as I already mentioned. And Black Sludge is my item, and Regenerator, of course. So next up I have Ferrothorn. This is a defensive set as well, for exactly the same reasons. I could go specially defensive to be a better answer to Clefable, and I am considering changing that. If I do, of course, I'll let you know. But this has leftovers because I need that sustain against the Zeraora and the Kyurem and the Scizor. This is a good answer to Scizor. It forces him to run Superpower, which is not a good move. He does not want to be running Superpower. And if he does, clicking Superpower against me is really risky because I have 3 switch-ins to Superpower. So I've got Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball is going to do a ton to Kyurem Black. It's going to do a good amount to Clefable. It's actually going to do a decent amount to Zeraora because it's so fast. Of course it doesn't do anything to Scizor. It won't really do much to Infernape, I don't think. Gyro Ball is really good here. And then I've got Power Whip as well. Power Whip is maybe not necessary, but I think it'll do a lot to the Zeraora. So that's why I've got that. And then just Stealth Rock Leech Seed. I don't really know if I'd run anything else in place of Power Whip. I could go like Knockoff, and looking back, that could be the better option here than Power Whip. I think I wanted it for the Starmie, actually, because thinking about it, my team doesn't have a great answer to Starmie, that's why. But Knockoff still does a lot to Starmie, so let me calc this. This is 4 defense. Ferrothorn, Starmie, Power Whip's a 1-hit KO. Knockoff, is it a 2-hit KO? It's not even a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Because he's gonna have some HP. Yeah, I don't really think I don't really think Knockoff is the move here. It'd be okay though. I'm thinking about it. It'd be better against the Clefable maybe, but I do want to have like a hard answer to that Starmie, so I like Power Whip here. It's just like he will take a lot of damage with like Zero Aura. That's the main reason, and it'll still do a lot to Clefable, I think. Yeah, a lot of things I've considered. I've been considering changing. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling in this video. If you can't tell, I'm very nervous for this match. I don't really think I'm gonna win, but I'll do my best to outplay him and make some predictions. Of course, Stealth Rock's amazing against the Kyurem and the Zero Aura because it's such a big pivot mon. Same thing with Infernape, and even the Scizor. Clefable probably doesn't care about them though. Next up, we've got the Volcarona with heavy duty boots. I don't have Defog on this team, so I've got to run boots. He doesn't have a great Stealth Rocker. I mean, Clefable is a good Stealth Rocker, but like I don't think he'll run Stealth Rocks. But if he does, we got to be safe and run boots, or else we're kind of just screwing ourselves over. Of course, I've got Quiver Dance, hoping to set up. I think this is actually a good Quiver Dance matchup, thankfully. Another thing to consider is I think this Zero Aura will run enough speed to outspeed my Aerodactyl, which means I actually need to run speed on this Volcarona potentially. So let me look this up. At +1 with no speed, I don't outspeed. This is a modest nature. +1, I need to go to 396. So I need to have 112 speed. Alright, there we go. That's looking like a better set. This is just because if I Quiver Dance, I need to be able to outspeed that Zero Aura. Otherwise, it's just a waste. Because he is going to be running speed to outspeed that Aerodactyl, because Aerodactyl is honestly not even that bad in this matchup. It's pretty good against Kyurem. It's pretty good against Zero Aura if he's not speedy, and it's good against Infernape. It's not amazing here, that's why I'm not bringing it, but it's an okay matchup here. So that's probably what he'll run. Of course, I've got Fiery Dance here, actually, instead of Flamethrower. That's just because, like, it's going to kill the Scizor anyways, so I might start getting boosts. I might as well start getting boosts when I hit something else, like Kyurem, Clefable, Zero Aura. Giga Drain, I don't have Roost. Giga Drain is, like, I guess for the Starmie. Because I'm not running Bug Buzz, because Bug Buzz is not really good against his team, as you can see. It's only really good for Appleton. And then I've got Psychic as well. Psychic is for the Infernape specifically, or else I'll be walled by it. But his first 4 Pokemon, I'm just going to be using Fiery Dance and hoping I can get the boosts. That'll be really nice. If he's unaware Clefable, that whole strategy gets shut down. But as I said, if he's unaware Clefable, Toxic Spikes just destroy him. So, and even then, Volcarona will still do a lot of damage because it has 135 special attack, and I'm modest, so I have 405 special attack. So even if he's unaware, we're still going to deal a ton to him. And he can't really hit us back with stab moves because we resist him, and he doesn't get really super effective moves against us. So the matchup here for Zero Aura is actually very good. Sorry, Volcarona is very good. The Zero Aura is pretty annoying for the Volcarona, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We will live any hit from it. Last up, this slot used to be Ditto. I switched it away from Ditto last minute to Crocodile. I think it's a little bit better here. So, Crocodile's got Choice Scarf. I know, another double Scarfer. It has enough speed to outspeed Zero Aura. A full speed Zero Aura, not a Zero Aura that's trying to outspeed Aerodactyl. So, I have Earthquake, Knockoff, Close Combat, Fire Fang. So I'm going to run through all those moves. Knockoff is just always a good option if I don't know what he's going to do. Earthquake is also always a good option. It hits everything for neutral or super effective except the Appleton. Of course, Appleton pretty much checks Crocodile, but Knockoff against Appleton's quite good. I can get rid of its leftovers and all that. Yeah, but Earthquake's going to hurt really hard no matter what. Of course, it'll kill the Zero Aura and the Infernape, but even something like the Mega Scizor won't appreciate it, nor will the Clefable. or even the Kyurem Black. I've got Close Combat as a way to kill the Kyurem Black in one hit. I think it'll be an easy knockout. Let me calc this on an Adamant Crocodile against Kyurem Black. Close Combat, it's not an O-code, and Earthquake's also not a 2-hit KO. Of course, this depends on his speed stat, but Close Combat being a 2-hit KO means he can't safely switch in on me. Either way, this isn't really meant to counter the Kyurem Black. It's really for the Zeraora, because after Intimidate, we live a Close Combat, we live a Play Rough, and we can easily switch into an electric move because we're immune. And then, of course, Oko with the Earthquake. He has no flying types on his team, no levitators, so he doesn't really have a good switch into Earthquake. Even if some stuff will live it and like not take that much damage from it, it's still going to deal a giant chunk to something like Scizor and not Clefable, Scizor, Kyurem, and yeah, Clefable too. Of course, none of these three want to switch in. Lastly, I have Fire Fang. That's just for the Scizor. It's not even going to kill it in one hit. It's still going to be a 2-hit KO, but Scizor has so much defense. Let me go here. You can see it has 140 base defense, so like I don't really want to be fighting the Scizor with this, but as I said, it was the last one I added in, and hopefully I can put in some work here. So I kind of already went over the game plan, but hopefully we can try and do something with Volcarona. If not, try and Toxic Spikes him out. Use my cleanup sweepers with these Choice Scarfing Crocodile and Urshifu, and then Latias can also just be a major threat to him. So the more I talk about it, the less scared I am about this battle. It's happening tomorrow night. I guess I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye.